Hello students, once again welcome back to the class of physics. As I told you in the previous video, so I have discussed the concept uh, related to RMS value of alternating current. So here I'm going to start another topic, another concept, that is nothing but what happens if voltage, that is alternating voltage, is applied to a resistor. So that will be the next concept, alternating voltage applied to a resistor. Meanwhile, you are going to find the value, what is the power dissipated during this case. So what happens, what do you mean by alternating voltage? The previous, that is voltage varies as a sine function, you can take like that. So here in this case, what happens if voltage, alternating voltage, is applied to a resistor? See, for example, for that I'll take a circuit, a source, voltage source, AC voltage source, and this will be the resistor. So this is a source, AC source, and this will be the resistor. The resistance across these two terminals A and B will be taken as R. Okay, now what happens, sir? So let us consider this circuit of pure resistance R. I'll write the value of R as, that is resistance R, pure resistance R, connected to a source which produces alternating voltage across the terminals. So this S I will take it as AC source. AC source which produces alternating voltage across the terminals. Across the terminals means what? From A to B. Across A to B. That's the reason. You know why we wrote this symbol? Because this is a symbol of AC source. You all know that, right? So no need to repeat that again. So this will be the initial assumption what we have taken here in this case. Not the assumption, that's a fact. So consider a circuit. In this circuit, an AC source is connected across the terminals where it produces alternating voltage, and R is the pure resistance connected across the terminals. Correct. Now we know that what is the value of alternating voltage. Let V is equals to V naught sine omega t, where V is what? It is nothing but alternating voltage, instantaneous voltage, there we took. But here V naught is nothing but what? It is the peak value or peak value of alternating voltage or maximum value of alternating voltage, and omega is nothing but what? Angular frequency, 2 pi by t, angular sometimes, yeah, angular frequency. I'll write V naught is nothing but what? Peak voltage, and omega is nothing but what? Angular frequency. See, now we have connected the resistance across these two terminals. See, we have a famous law that I hope you already studied in the chapter current electricity, that is Ohm's law. Ohm's law states what? Current is proportional to voltage, or voltage is proportional to R, that is current. Correct, no? So V is proportional to I, and this proportional is removed by a proportionality constant R into I. So R is equals to what here? We know V by, sorry, I is equals to what here? V by R. Correct. So I is equals to, I is equals to what? V by R. you can take like that. So where if you want to find the value of voltage, so what you will get, I is equals to V by R, where R is the resistance value here. So if you consider, apply the same formula here, what I can write, I is equals to, I can write I is equals to, sorry, now I need to find the value of I. So before going to that, see here we wrote, this is for what? Potential difference. V is nothing but what? Potential difference across the source. Correct? Can be written as V naught sin omega t. So meanwhile, what is the potential difference across these two terminals? Across the resistance R is given by. So that I can write it as VR is equals to R into I. VR is equals to I into R. So this is nothing but what? The potential difference across these two terminals A and B, because where resistance is given there. So take it as equation number 2. This is equation number 1. When you compare equation 1 and 2, so what I can write? So R into I, or I into R is equals to, here LHS is nothing but voltage only, just leave. So you can take the RHS, that is V naught sin omega t. So where I is equals to what? You can send this into the RHS, V naught by R into sin omega t. So V by R value is what? That is I. So here V naught is there, I'll take it as I naught. So I is equals to I naught sin omega t. So this will be the expression for what? Current. Here we will get in this case of alternating voltage applied to a resistor. So this is the formula that we already know. So take this as equation number 3. So now we just compare equation 1 and 3. So here we got voltage as well as here current. So if I plot the graph for voltage and current. So before going to plot the graph, let me tell you what is V, what is I, what is V naught, I naught and sin omega t. Here both are sin omega t. So current term is there, voltage here, voltage terms are there, here current is there, but angle is same. You can observe the angle is same, there is no change in the value of angle. So then how it will be the graph, sir? So if I plot the graph for this V versus I, so V and I, here let me take time. So first both will start from where? That is 0 only, correct? So before going to that, I'll give you the values for this. Let me take V is equals to V naught sin omega t. So here I took V. Okay. So maximum value we'll see later. So with this, if I put the value of omega t as 0, so what will be the value of V? That is 0. Similarly, omega t as pi by 2. So this value V is also pi by 2. It will goes here, somewhere here. So similarly, if I give pi, then V is also pi. If I give 3 pi by 2, so again V is equals to 3 pi by 2. So similarly. So here it is what? Let me take 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, here it is 2 pi, and so on. So first let me take, so if you take the omega t as 0, what is the value of V? That is 0. Just make the point here. So next, if I take omega t value as pi by 2, then what is the value of V? Pi by 2. It will come somewhere here. Next again, omega t value is pi. So V value is pi. It will comes here. Similarly, 3 pi by 2. So what it comes? It will come somewhere here. 3 pi by 2. So where it is? Somewhere comes here. Similarly, 2 pi. Again, it goes on, varies like this. So why you took like this, sir? Because it is a sinusoidal function. So here, this will be the maximum value of V. correct? So there is a maximum value of V that I can take it as V naught. So this is for what? Voltage. This is for what? Voltage. If I take the value of current here, so similarly for current also, the same graph you will get. I is equals to what you will get? Initially 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi and so on. Correct? So if you put the value of omega t as 0, what will be the value of phi? That is also 0. If you put the value of pi, omega t value as pi by 2, then what will be the value of I? That is also pi by 2. So somewhere it comes here. Sir, why you took below the voltage, sir? I'll tell you why it is. So similarly this also. So similarly this, here it comes. Then finally it will reach us here. So if you plot the graph for this, you'll get the graph like this. So why it is this graph, sir? So why it comes below the voltage curve? So here what we took, this is for what? I naught, that is I maximum. So I will be the value of current here and V naught will be the value of voltage. So the maximum value of voltage will be taken as V naught and the maximum value of or peak value of current will be taken as I naught. So why it is like this? Just look at this formula. See, V is equals to what? I into R. We are multiplying current term with the resistance value. So obviously R value will have something. Let us take R value is some 10 ohms. Yeah, 10 ohms. So V value is some 100 volt. Okay, so then what will be the value of I? I is equals to what? V by R. V divided by R. So that is by 100 by 10. So you will get 10 ampere. Obviously here voltage is 100 volt and the current is how much you got here? That is only 10 ampere. That's the reason why current is always less than that of the value of voltage, because current is divided by the if you want to find the value of current, that can be divided by the voltage divided by resistance. If you do like that, then only you will get the value of current. And one more thing here the angle, the phase difference, here we can use that word phase difference. What is the angle? Difference in the angle here in this case, it is 0. So how can you take this value as 0, sir? See here, if you consider voltage, when the angle is 0, so voltage is also 0, current is also 0. Similarly, if we take pi by 2, here you see both the values are same, because you can say, in other words, here voltage and current are in phase. In phase. This is a word that you can use. If both are in phase, if both current and voltage are in phase, then the value of phase difference is 0. Then the phase difference, that is phase difference is nothing but angle between them is 0. Just see, angle between them is 0. You can, that you already studied in your oscillations and waves chapter. So the same thing here also. If both the function sine values, both the physical quantity like voltage and current are in phase, then its phase difference is 0. You can say the phase difference is 0. So this will be the concept. And if I want to plot the phasor diagram, let me tell you, phasor diagram, it is nothing but it's a kind of rotating vector. It's a kind of rotating vector that I'll tell you. Or okay, let me draw this. Before going to that, I'll find the value. Let me find the value of power dissipated during this case. Later we can find the value of average power. Then I'll move on to the phasor diagram, how to write the phasor diagram. Okay, so now power in purely resistive circuit. So power in purely resistive circuit. So we know the formula. So P is equals to what? In current electricity you have already studied. P is equals to what? That is V into I. Here we know the value of V and I. Substitute here. So what you will get? So V is equals to what? V naught sine omega t, and I is equals to what? I naught sine omega t. So that can be written as V naught into I naught sine square omega t into omega t, that is P. If you want to find the value of average power in one complete cycle, if you want to find the value of average power in one complete cycle, that can be written as P bar is equals to integration of 0 to t V naught into I naught sine square omega t into dt. So similarly divided by what you can do, same, because you have to balance this, right? So divided by, because dt function is not there here, so integration of 0 to t into dt. So now you can do integration. So that is given by integration of this. I'll do V naught into I naught, take it outside, V naught I naught divided by integration of dt is what? T. When you apply the limits, t minus 0, you will get t only. So into integration of sine square omega t. In the previous concept, there we discussed, it is in terms of sine square. If you want to do integration, what you need to do, you have to use some trigonometric formulas, then you have to write in terms of sine or cos. So there we can write it as integration from 0 to t 1 minus cos 2 omega t divided by 2 into dt. So this is what we use there. Then we can write it as P bar is equals to V naught into I naught divided by T into, so I am not going to derive it completely, so I'll take direct equation. So if you want to integrate this, you can take directly by refer the previous video. There we got the integration from 0 to t 1 minus cos 2 omega t divided by 2 into dt. For that we got the equation, the value as t by 2. So this will be the formula there we got. Just refer the previous video, there you will understand. So now I can write it as V naught into I naught divided by, so okay, pt will get cancelled here. What is remaining now? 2. So P is equals to what? P bar, the average power dissipated in alternating in AC, is given by, that is, I'll split this and I'll write average power, that I'll write it as V naught by root 2 into I naught by root 2. So this will be the formula. So V naught by root 2 and I naught by root 2. So what is that? The previous case, previous video, RMS value of AC. So that is given as P bar is equals to V naught by root 2 is what? That is VRMS into I naught by root 2 is what? IRMS. So this will be the, if you take the product of RMS value of voltage and current, then you will get the average power dissipated in this circuit, that is purely resistive circuit. Because there is no any other term, we are not using any inductors or capacitors here in this case, correct? So we are using only a resistor. If you just take the resistor, then this will be the thing. Okay, so now the next concept is, as I told you, phasors. Phasors, they are nothing but, actually it's a rotating vector. We can take it as a rotating vector. Sir, what is the meaning of that rotating vector, sir? See, we have if we take here the coordinate axis, let me take V and I for this, to write this. See, this portion we can take it as positive, and this complete portion you can take it as negative. So here what we need to do is, if you want to represent the magnitude value of that, see what is the formulas we got there. V is equals to V naught sine omega t. I is equals to what? I naught sine omega t. Sir, if you write this as, I'll write V is equals to, for example, 3 sine 30. V is equals to 3 sine 30. So if you take this here, 3 is what? It is the magnitude value of what? Voltage. So 30 is what? It is nothing but angle. If you want to represent, for example, V, if you want to represent, here it is positive, correct? So how it varies? In anti-clockwise direction, it varies. Anti-clockwise direction. It's a rotating vector like this. Sorry. Anti-clockwise means what? Like this. Correct. So here V and I, if we consider, so both are in phase because the angle is same. If there is a if the angle is here, for example, 30 minus pi minus pi by 2, then it will be a different thing. So we need to take again pi minus pi by 2 below this minus value. But here we don't have any terms like that. So 3 is what? The magnitude value. So if you want to take voltage, you can represent like this. So this is what? V. So 3 centimeter arc you can draw. Take 3 centimeter and you can draw here like that. So that will give you the value of magnitude value. So what is this angle? That is 30. That is nothing but omega t. Omega t. There is no change in the value of, if it is 30, sir, what happens if it is 60? It comes here. What happens 90? It comes here. Sir, if angle between current and voltage, for example, here you take sine of pi minus pi by 2, sir, then how to write that? It will comes next, I'll tell you how to write that. So the angle between this and this must be 90 degree. Okay, so in inductor circuit, there it comes, I'll explain how to plot the graph. But here we don't have any angle, the phase difference value, we don't have any phase difference, correct? If there is a phase difference, that we can represent here. So here both are in phase. So voltage you can take here, this will be the maximum value V naught. If you want to take the current, it comes here, that is I naught. This is how we are going to plot the phasor diagram. Okay, so here if it comes, you have to take it as positive. When here it comes, you have to take it as negative. Okay, so phasors are nothing but what? Phasor diagram, it's a kind of rotating vector with respect to origin where angle changes from position vector also changes. If angle changes, then position vector is also changes. Position vector means what? This one. If this angle changes, this also changes, correct? If here it is 30 we took, so here we have a position vector. If you take 20, here it comes. If you take 0, here it comes. If you take minus 10 or minus 20, so there it comes. So can't we take here in this? See, as they mentioned, it's a rotating in anti-clockwise direction. That's the reason why we took here like that. So this is all about the phasor diagram and the alternating voltage applied to a resistor and power in a purely resistive circuit. So this is all about the concept for in this class. So in the next class we are going to take another concept, that is alternating voltage applied to an inductor. So go through with this videos. If you have any doubts, you can ask.